Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, and we're gonna just take a look through a Target and a couple of Ross stores just to see what we find. But in this Target, they have a really small collector section, and that is this NECA area where they have like, the what they call the collector stuff anyways. So you got the gargoyles down there. Somebody misplaced this Marvel Legends, but I'm pretty sure there's plenty of them in the store to go around, so it's not like hurting anybody. There's only like one Halloween figure down there, not a whole lot going on, but you got, I was going to call that Ewok, this guy right here, but he's a gremlin. So those are the two gremlins, NECA, Ben Cooper figures that they have in the store. And, they're interesting, but 20 bucks. No, not really interested. So we got all the pops over here. Let's go check it out. We got Superman figures. Look at that. There is the 4-pack with the scrawny little dog, who doesn't look like he's correctly sized. But anyways, you got these Batman figures down here. And there is the purple suit Batman. Oh my gosh. That is kind of cool. Anyways, we're just cruising around, and right around the corner are those Superman figures for 10 bucks. They got the Hot Girl and Superman, and let's see, I'm looking for Green Lantern. Nope, looks like just Superman and Hot Girl. Wait a minute, Mr. Terrific. Check that out. And then the lab person or whatever, to the engineer. But no Green Lantern. So I'm not going to pick them up unless I can grab all the rest of them to do the Build-A-Figure, and I'm not just going to piecemeal them one at a time. If I don't find that Green Lantern, that's the one that I haven't been able to find. Anyways, we're just cruising through Ross now. We're going to get back to Target in a little bit, but anyways, this is some of the stuff that they have on the shelves. Not a whole lot going on here. At this Ross, I was looking around, and man, nothing. And people are finding all kinds of really cool figures. I just have not really found anything. There is a Star Wars ship that is pretty cool. They're cool to get, but I'm just not collecting those, so there's no point in me picking any of those up. Anyways, just cruising around, and I found, look at that, Retro Reva. Yay, a retro Star Wars figure. Anyways, there's Batman in his bat suit, and you got this whole big gigantic back wall here, and let's just walk down. And for all those people who say, I'll never find Spider-Man at Ross, there is Spider-Man. Dun, dun, dun. Of course, it's not an action figure. Anyways, you got those Smashers there. That is kind of cool if you've never picked one up. They're kind of fun. Especially if you're a kid or a kid at heart. Yeah, man, just not a whole lot here this morning. So I think we're just going to be really quick and just cruise through, and then we're going to be out of here because we're just not seeing anything. Look at that Hulk. I think his shoulders are a little bit too high or something like that. His neck's too stiff. But anyways, here's the backside of that other shelf. And down here you got Dungeons and Dragons. We got some Turtles figures. That is, that's kind of cool if you're into those. I think they're a little bit pricey. And then you got the Dragon Ball Z figures. Rat King. Let's see. Yeah. Just not really finding anything. Superstars, I've been seeing these popping up at Ross, but I'm not collecting those. If I find the Mr. T, like I said before, I'll probably pick them up. Dragon Ball Z, yeah. No Star Wars, no Marvel in this store. All right, let's get out of here. All right, we're back at the Ross store. We're going to go check out some of these main aisles. We're going to check out these AEW or wrestling figures that are right down here. These are the, I guess, Wrestling Elites or whatever. Got the clearance section here. Not a whole lot going on in the clearance section, but let's just come over here and take a look at where they keep the Star Wars and stuff in this store. There's some wrestling and AEW. If you're collecting those, that's what's popping up. Check that out. You got Darth Vader and the Mandalorian there. And, ooh, look at that. You got Krennic back there, and you got, looks like Moff Gideon. Why can I not just pull that down? Okay, so here is the issue. See that little peg right there? These are designed that if you see something in the back, you can just easily just pull it off the shelf. But then the new boxes look like they're coming out with these other little tags on the top. So if you see something in the back, you have to take everything off the shelf. So why would you spend your time putting it back up? No wonder there's going to be figures all over the place. Now, I would totally expect to see that Ventress figure at Ross. But anyways, Moff Gideon looks pretty cool. There's Cassian Andor there. You got Range Troopers. You got Kilnaka here. That is pretty cool. I was really looking forward to that, but for some reason, I'm just not picking it up. Here's the cartoon Masters of the Universe. Those look actually really cool. I really like the color, and I like the packaging on that. Anyways, not a whole lot going on. Check out this Darth Vader right down at the bottom. He's pretty cool looking. Anyways, we're just going to walk around the corner and see what we can find. If you need playing cards, there they are. Got Jurassic Park figures. I'm trying to avoid filming people in the store because I don't want to get them upset. Anyways, here's the wrestling. Look at that. That guy is on clearance. I think I saw that one at Ross, so I wonder if somebody returned that. Here is the Thor statue. I see a different statue in every store, and it's always there. So I'm not sure. But anyways, here is some McFarlane. There's the gold label Green Lantern or Green Arrow. Sorry about that. Here's some of those Super 7 Joes. They're kind of expensive. Once they come down on clearance or something like that, then they might be worth picking up. Anyways, there is that Marvel Legends. He is just going to be peg warming up there for a long time. I'll wait till I'm on clearance. There's not one G.I. Joe Classified Series figure out, and I already checked, and they will not pull anything out of the back of that store. Yep, thanks, Target. Anyways, here is a lockup case. Later, I saw that it was just left open and nobody was around. All right, last stop on the way home, we got another Ross. This is the one that's a little bit closer to my house, and they got 3 full aisles. The other day I was in here, and it was basically just picked over. There was absolutely nothing. All those hanging pegs were practically empty. They had some of those wrestling figures, those little tiny ones, and look, it looks like it's kind of full. And right off the bat, you got a Star Wars figure. That is May or one of them. Oh my gosh, it's got that same peg. So hard to get off. But anyways, this is from Star Wars Acolyte, $5.99. You know what? That's good for fodder anyways if you wanted to do some mods, if you already got the figure, which I do. Anyways, those motorcycles are kind of cool. They seem like the right size for the 6-inch figure. And I keep thinking about picking one up. Here's a K2SO from Andor. That is pretty cool if you're into the vintage collection. And look at that. There's some boxes down there. K2SO from Andor. And you can totally see I'm fighting with the boxes because they got those same pegs I was talking about, peg holders I was talking about at Target, and you just can't swing them back because of the thing behind them. So it makes it super difficult to get off the peg, and you got to turn it and then pull it off. It's just weird. Or you got to go up there with your finger and manipulate it. But if they had that side hook, it would be so much easier to get those off. All right, so we got these anime heroes in this store. There's quite a few of them. I'm looking for that box. I'm looking to see if there's any more Acolyte figures. There's a couple that I missed. Or if there's any Skeleton Crew figures that I might have missed. There's that Ahsoka figure that's been hanging out. Check that out. Iron Man. You got WWE Superstars or whatever, and then you got the end cap. There's just nothing on this end cap. I think I just missed probably the figures, unless literally it was just that one Acolyte figure and then the Andor. But check out these. These are these I don't know, weird figures like Bendy's or whatever. That was kind of cool. I like the eye on that one, but I'm just not picking any of those up. That's pretty cool, that little light cycle thing. Got a Frisbee in here. Wow. Look at this. Here's another Superstars. I might get some of these just for the outfits because I think you could probably use those with your 6-inch figures also. There's a Bendy guy. I keep seeing those at Target too, and they're full price over there. So if you're looking for them and you got a Ross, just go check out Ross and see if you can find a Bendy figure over there because they're super cheap at Ross. Anyways, I left the K2SO figures here, and I did pick up that Acolyte figure just so I could use it for a custom. Thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate it. And as always, have a fantastic day.